Good morning, everyone. Failure. It's a word that many of us try to avoid, a word that holds weight and can often feel like the end of the road. But what if I told you that failure doesn't have to be the final chapter? In fact, it could be the first step towards something greater. Today, I want to talk about the art of starting again, reinventing yourself after failure. Because starting over is not just a chance to recover, but a chance to grow and emerge stronger. Key points for the speech: redefining failure. Failure doesn't define you unless you allow it to. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that one mistake or setback marks the end of your journey, but in reality, failure is simply a natural part of the process toward success. Everyone faces it. No one is exempt from the challenges and disappointments that come with trying something new or stepping outside of what's comfortable. The key, however, is how we perceive and respond to those moments of failure. Instead of seeing failure as something to be avoided or as a reflection of our worth, we can view it as a lesson in disguise. It's a chance to pause, assess, and recognize what didn't work. More importantly, it's an opportunity to pivot, adjust, and refine our approach. Failure reveals areas for growth, things we might not have considered or learned without the experience of falling short. When we view failure in this way, it transforms from something negative into a stepping stone. It becomes a powerful tool for reinvention. Rather than letting it hold you back, use it as fuel to propel yourself forward. Just because one path didn't work doesn't mean there isn't another waiting for you. Embrace failure as a part of the journey, not a permanent roadblock. It's a sign that you're pushing boundaries, trying and evolving. Ultimately, how you respond to failure can shape your ability to continue moving forward and creating a future that is not defined by past mistakes, but by resilience and reinvention. Self-reflection. When faced with failure, the natural impulse can often be to rush ahead, to bury the disappointment and move on as quickly as possible. The feeling of failure can be overwhelming, and we might think that simply trying again or doing more will fix everything. However, one of the most important aspects of reinventing ourselves after failure is taking the time to reflect. Self-reflection is not about dwelling on mistakes or beating ourselves up. It's about understanding what went wrong and why, and most importantly, using that insight to grow. Through self-reflection, we gain clarity about our experiences, our choices, and the factors that influence the outcome. This process can help us identify patterns in our behavior or thought processes that might have contributed to the failure. Did we rush into the situation without enough preparation? Did we overlook certain challenges? Were there external factors beyond our control? By examining these questions, we can avoid making the same mistakes in the future and become more aware of the steps we need to take for a better result next time. Moreover, self-reflection enables us to reconnect with our deeper motivations and values. Sometimes failure occurs because we've strayed from what truly matters to us, and reflecting on that can guide us back to a place of authenticity and purpose. By understanding the why behind our actions, we can realign ourselves with what we truly want to achieve, making the process of reinvention not just a response to failure, but a return to something deeper within us. This moment of pause also gives us a chance to reframe our goals. After failure, we often feel the pressure to recover immediately, but it's important to acknowledge that success is a process. The insights we gain from reflecting on our failure not only help us make better decisions, but also encourage us to adapt and evolve in ways that are meaningful. Without self-reflection, we risk moving forward without learning from our past, repeating patterns that no longer serve us. It's through this introspection that we become equipped to reinvent ourselves in a more thoughtful and intentional way. Building resilience through small steps, reinvention is not an overnight transformation. It's easy to get discouraged by the daunting idea of starting over, especially after a failure that may have taken a significant emotional or financial toll. The road to rebuilding can feel long and the end result uncertain. However, true reinvention is built on small, deliberate steps, each one a contribution to the larger vision we have for our future. Instead of focusing solely on the end goal, we need to shift our mindset to embrace the process, knowing that every small victory, no matter how seemingly insignificant, plays an important role in our growth. When you begin the journey of reinventing yourself, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the scale of what's ahead. The challenges ahead may seem insurmountable, and the temptation to give up or become paralyzed by fear is strong. But the key to overcoming this feeling is starting small. Set manageable, realistic goals that you can achieve step by step. These small goals will give you the momentum you need to keep moving forward, even when the bigger picture feels out of reach. Whether it's dedicating a certain amount of time each day to your new project, reaching out to someone for guidance, or simply gaining a deeper understanding of a skill, these incremental actions are the foundation of your reinvention. Each of these small steps helps to build resilience. As you progress, you gain confidence in your ability to tackle challenges and face setbacks. You begin to see that failure isn't an end, but rather an opportunity to reassess and adjust. The more you experience this process, the more capable you become of handling whatever comes your way. And with every little success, your faith in your ability to reinvent yourself grows, making it easier to continue even when things feel uncertain. Celebrating these small victories is just as important as achieving the larger goals. Recognizing and appreciating your progress helps to fuel your motivation and reminds you that you are on the right track. It can be easy to become fixated on the big picture and overlook the smaller wins along the way, but acknowledging these moments gives you the positive reinforcement you need to stay committed. Reinventing yourself doesn't require giant leaps. It's about consistency, perseverance, and recognizing that small steps lead to meaningful change over time. Embracing change and taking risks, reinvention often requires us to step into the unknown, to venture beyond our comfort zones and embrace change. This can be one of the hardest parts of starting over, especially after experiencing failure. We may feel a deep reluctance to take risks, to venture into areas that feel unfamiliar or intimidating. The fear of failing again can make us hesitate. But without embracing change and taking risks, we limit our potential for growth. Reinvention thrives in an environment where we are willing to push ourselves, where we challenge the status quo and open ourselves up to new possibilities. Change often brings discomfort, and discomfort can feel like a sign that we should retreat, but it's actually a sign of progress. The most significant transformations in life rarely happen without some form of discomfort. When we push ourselves to try new things, whether it's a different career path, a new way of thinking, or a fresh approach to a goal, we expand our capabilities and learn things we never could have learned within the confines of what we've always known. This is where true growth occurs. By taking calculated risks and stepping outside our routine, we not only expand our skill set, but also build resilience as we learn how to cope with challenges and overcome fear in the process. Furthermore, embracing change opens up doors that we may have never considered before. Often we hold on to old ways of thinking because they feel safe or familiar. Yet when we allow ourselves to take risks and accept the discomfort of change, we discover new opportunities. Ones we may never have imagined when we were too focused on the past or what had previously failed. Reinvention requires us to be open to the possibility that the next phase of our life might look completely different from what we expected. And sometimes it's those unexpected changes that lead to the most fulfilling and rewarding experiences. Taking risks doesn't mean acting recklessly. It means making intentional choices to move forward, even without the certainty of success. It's about trusting ourselves, understanding that we can handle whatever comes our way, and knowing that failure along the way doesn't equate to permanent defeat. By embracing change and taking risks, we not only increase our chances of success, but also deepen our understanding of who we are and what we are capable of. Reinvention is a continuous journey, and it requires us to be adaptable, to take chances, and to grow through the uncertainty. Each risk we take is a step closer to realizing our full potential and embracing the future we are meant to create. In conclusion, the art of starting again after failure is not about erasing the past or pretending it didn't happen. It's about using the experience as a catalyst for growth. Reinventing yourself requires a shift in mindset, from viewing failure as an end to seeing it as a valuable lesson, a stepping stone on the path to something better. Through self-reflection, we can understand what went wrong and use those insights to guide our future actions. By taking small, deliberate steps, we build the resilience needed to move forward with confidence, knowing that progress is made one step at a time. And by embracing change and taking risks, we open ourselves to new opportunities and create the space for transformation. Remember, failure is not the end of the road. It's a natural part of the journey. Reinvention is a continuous process, and with each new beginning, we get closer to the person we are meant to be. So don't be afraid to start again. Embrace it, own it, and let it be the spark that ignites your next great chapter. Thank you.